evening and welcome to Stanningley Amateur Rugby League Club in Leeds for tonight's Under-19s opening game. It's the Leeds Rhinos against Wakefield Trinity Academy. It's going to be brought live to you on Facebook and YouTube, so please join us throughout the broadcast. Good evening and welcome to Stanningley Amateur Rugby League Club for tonight's first under-19s match between the Leeds Rhinos and the Wakefield Trinity Academy. It's the opening game of this season's campaign for last season's grand finalists who were beaten by Wigan. Alongside me we've got Harry George just for the start of this one. Harry, how do you predict this one's going to go?
Well, I think we'll be good. We've been going well in the pre-season game, and we're well due at the moment.
What do you think of the younger lads that have come in at the moment? Are they really fitting in and playing well?
Yeah, they're fitting in well, and they've been going well and joined by our team.
Well, it's time for us to have a look at the lineups for tonight's game. We'll start with the Rhinos. Technical difficulties, but I'll proceed with the teams for tonight. So for Leeds, starting at fullback is Liam Whitton. On the wings, is youngster Liam Tyndall and Ben Martin. The centres are Joe Burton and Jack Broadbent. The halfbacks making his first academy game for the Rhinos since signing last season from Edinburgh Rugby Union. It's Callum McClellan, and will play alongside Harvey Spence. The props are Tom Holroyd and Louise Mustafa both on first-team contracts with the Rhinos, and Corey Johnson, who captains the side tonight, will play hooker. In the second row is another youngster, Lewis Delaney, and Owen Trout, who also plays for the first, who also trains with the first team. At loose forward as well is Louis McConnell, and the head coach for tonight's game is Rob Burrow. For Wakefield, starting at fullback is Bobby Derbyshire. On the wings is Harrison Van Derwell and Harrison Burrows. The centres are Jack Croft, who played for Yorkshire in the off-season last year, and Oliver Greensmith. The halfbacks are Tom Ashen and Owen Hughes. The props are Jordan Schofield and Yusuf Adin, with the hooker being Daniel Barco. The second row is Harry Dodd, Jordan Jones and Connor Bailey completes the 13, with head coach Mark Applegarth leading the team this evening. And the replacements for both sides for the Rhinos is Will Scrimshaw, Tyler Dupree, Rian Rowley and Brad Martin, and for Wakefield it's Lewis Teal, Morris Camano, Dane Windrow and James Patrickson. Just a quick thought from you, Harry, on Rian Rowley there. Only played a year in our scholarship programme, but already made it through to the academy. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he's been really good in pre-season, really strong under the ball, and very, very big tackler as well.
And what might Joe Burton and Liam Tyndall bring to this game, especially as they're the new players, as we get underway here at Stanningley with the Leeds kicking off down to that left-hand side?
Yeah, they're really quick on the feet and got really good footwork, so that'll help us a lot in attack.
So Wakefield getting the game underway. The first carry of the ball. And Wakefield have brought the ball inside to their own 30 metre there. And now it comes forward through to Yusuf Adin. It's brought down just shy of the 40. It looks a pretty decent defensive set as Wakefield get the ball away. It's Tom Ashen with that one, and Leeds will track back. It's going to be Liam Tyndall as Ben Markland with the first drive of the ball down towards the 30-metre line. With Liam Whitton starting a dummy half, also a centre. Jack Broadbent here. Earlier in the week said that many teams won't be able to stop this young Rhinos side. He has a lot of confidence in his team. As here goes Owen Trout, and there's a penalty here, tipping the legs, and an early let off there for Leeds. Corey Johnson choosing to kick down towards the touchline, but it's well fielded by Wakefield. The flag goes up though, so the Leeds are let off there. A bit caught really lucky there with that kick, Harry.
Yeah, we just need to be more clinical in these early sets.
So Jack Broadbent will hold the ball early in the 20-metre line. Now it's Moise Mustafa, signed a new 2-year deal with the Rhinos to join up with the first team, with Corey Johnson waiting at dummy half off Louis McConnell there. Now it's Spence, out wide to Witten. Witten, the ball's dropped there by Joe Burton as he tries to get the ball away, and a bit of a let-off there for Wakefield. Unlucky there for Leeds. Joe Burton scored the two match-winning tries against Coventry and Featherstone early in the pre-season. How's he looking in terms of this team?
He's looking really sharp at the moment, and obviously it's come with his first start in the 19th season.
What's it like having him and his twin brother Ollie playing?
Yeah, it's very confusing. Like, you don't know which is which unless they've got in positions.
So Wakefield will get the first drive of the ball coming out, and it's Bobby Derbyshire. First drive towards that Leeds line, but Tom Holroyd and Moise Mustafa are there to meet onto him. Now at dummy half is Daniel Barco. Giving it on to the second rower there, looks like Jordan Jones. And the ball's come out, so it's going to be, referee signals penalty to Wakefield. It's a strip by Lewis Delaney, only making his second start after starting last week against City of Hull. So Wakefield will get a bit of early pressure there. So it comes through Tom Ashen. It's well tackled though there. Tom Holroyd and Mustafa in there again. All in and around. Now it's Ashen again, breaking down that left-hand side. Bit of a jump there, not really what could have been penalised there as it comes on to Oliver Greensmith. And Wakefield are going to keep on pushing with Ashen again, coming down this left-hand side. But it's a good read there from, I think, it looks like Callum McClellan there. The ex-Castleford Academy man, read and cut out the pass there nice and early. Now it's Owen Hughes, drops the ball inside, and it's dropped, and Tom Holroyd will pick that up. Being a bit let off there, Harry, for Leeds.
Yeah, we just need to start completing these sets now and get down there and build some pressure.
Well, they've got the big boys to do it. Here goes Corey Johnson out dummy half, breaks away from the tackler. That's Jordan Jones in there.
Yeah.
And now it's McClelland on to Delaney. I say, one of the 10 new signings that have come into this team is Corey Johnson. Goes out dummy half, gives it to Broadbent. Broadbent pushes his nose through there. On to Johnson again. Now it's with McConnell for his third drive of the game. His fifth tackle, just shy of the 20-metre line here, Leeds. Johnson, back to McClellan. McClellan kicks up high, looking for Markland here, and the ball's fallen back into the hands of Jack Broadbent, and Broadbent will score! An early score here for Leeds, and it's Jack Broadbent with the first try of the game. How was that, Louis? Harry?
Yeah, he was just getting to the end of the set and getting a good kick, and then building pressure in there on half, and then dropped up the ball.
So it was a great kick there from McClellan, really kicked the ball high. And Markland just put the winger, Burrows, off enough, letting the ball fumble. And there was Jack Broadbent to score his first try of the campaign. He scored here last season for the Rhinos in the win. Got 12 for the whole season, played 20 games. He was a pretty consistent starter. What is it like having someone of his quality in this Leeds side?
Yeah, he's really good actually, Jack, and helps you a lot coming out of yardage, and yeah, he's a dominant force like in this team now.
So he was really positive, speaking quite highly of the team this week in the interviews. Spence just curves his wide. Should really have got that one, wouldn't you have thought, Harry?
yeah, he's just wide. Yeah.
It's just wide of the post, and Leeds still have the 4-0 lead after 6.5 minutes. Wakefield yet to respond. But it's the start that Leeds will have wanted. So they'll go again. It's 4-0. Leeds are winning. Comes down towards Witten, and Mustafa will drive the ball back in for the first drive of this one. He's well tackled, and now it comes on to McConnell, who spoke about his desire to pick up a first-team place this season and play a lot more first graders. Here comes Tom Holroyd, the 120-kilogram prop forward. And now it's McClelland. Shimmy's right, but it's a good tackle again. There's 3 Wakefield defenders on him. But Wakefield do a good job to restrict him just over the 40. Now it's with Spence. Spence out the back to Witten. Witten shimmies towards Mustafa, but has to take the tackle himself. It's Johnson, waiting a dummy half. It's a 5th tackle here. Spence off the boot again, nice and high, down towards Derbyshire, who fumbles again in the in-goal, but manages to get away. Apologies there, that's Van der Waal, who just gets out of his in-goal despite dropping that one. Now it's Derbyshire, but runs straight into the brick wall that is Tom Holroyd, and there can't be many 17-year-olds like him, Harry.
Oh no, I think he's one of a kind at the moment. You know, really big and really powerful and fast as well.
Managed to get to the first team last season as Wakefield, as Leeds get the they do get the scrum down. That's a real capitalising on Wakefield's errors. I was just saying about Tommy, started against St Helens for the first team last year and was included in the squad for Catalans. So he's definitely making strides in this Rhinos side. Now it's Spence who puts the ball in. It's Johnson, gives it to McConnell, onto McClelland, who takes a really high hit, but then Broadbent still pursues his way forward to get towards the 10, and the referee will blow up there because that was a high tackle on Callum McClelland. There's a really strong hit on the ex-Castleford Tigers man. So Leeds will get the penalty on the 20-metre line. Drops inside to Mustafa. Gets the first drive of this set and already makes a good 10 metres with 2 Wakefield defenders hanging off him. Johnson goes to McClelland. McClelland onto Spence. Spence inside to Trout, who did score against Wakefield twice in both games last season. He's held up just over the line, so we'll go back to the 10. Johnson to Spence. Spence, McClelland onto Mustafa, who drives his way forward. He's only within metres of that try line there. Leeds beckoning for more points in this one. Johnson, short ball to, looks to be Holroyd, but he's held up according to the referee. You'd have thought they already got the ball down, wouldn't you, Harry?
Yeah, not many people can stop Tom from that distance away. He did very well then.
Especially on the sort of ball he had. As Leeds will come through again, it's going to be picked up and scored. Looked to have been all off there for the Rhinos, but that looks like Liam Witten has gone in for that one. Just checking on the high fives, and that is Liam Witten, who doubles Leeds' lead, makes it up to 8. After the error from Wakefield there, you just saw the ball drop, excuse me, it was knocked on by the Wakefield man, looked like to be Tom Ashen there, and Liam Witten was the first to react and touchdown just to the right of those posts. And so Spence will look to make 4 points into 6, take Leeds out to a 10-0 lead with about 12 minutes on the clock. Comes around, puts boot to ball, and that's 2 points, and Leeds are up to 10 with 10 on the clock, Harry.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent start from us in these first 10 minutes. We just need to keep completing and keep Wakefield under pressure.
Over 75% of games that Leeds Academy played here last year were wins. So it's a real stomping ground for them. As Witten takes that ball and gives it to Mustafa, who again will drive it with so much force and power. not a lot of people you'd think would be able to stop the forward pack that the Rhinos have this year. Now it's McConnell. He gets up to the 30. Most of this forward pack did play in the grand final last season. There was only Lewis Delaney, the young'un, that wasn't in for, obviously, because he's come through the academy. Broadbent with a big hit there from Greensmith. Now they come towards his left-hand side. Delaney gets up to the 20 and Leeds again in another really good attacking position. Johnson onto McClelland, high, straight down the middle towards Van der Waal, who takes the ball this time. No shakiness under that high ball. And Leeds will look to muscle up in defence with Derbyshire coming out of dummy half, and he gets pushed back as well. Johnson and McClelland in there. Now it's Barco onto Harry Dodd. And Wakefield really under the quash here with Yusuf Adine pushing out there, but again Leeds' defence is still staying really strong. It's a real blue and amber wall stopping Wakefield from pushing forward here. And it comes back to Derbyshire, who's going to have to kick away on the 5th tackle. Down towards Markland, and in comes Whitton, scored a double against Keighley in the 24-26 pre-season win. Now it's with McClelland. McClelland shifts it onto Trout. Takes that ball in. Just shy, sorry, that was Tyndall there, the youngster. With Mustafa now first up. Johnson onto McClelland. McClelland out to Spence. Spence goes out to Owen Trout, who just shakes his way through. A little bit of a turn in there, nothing to threaten the goal line yet though. Holroyd takes it, goes into the tackle of 3-man, and he's just brought down there by Karamo. Let's come onto the field. McConnell, a little grubber kick through from McClelland there, and Leeds will push. Looks to be Burrows back. A little smile as well there from the winger. But again, Leeds will defend from in a really good position here. Wakefield are really under the quash with Aidin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, coming out there. With Holroyd and Johnson in to tackle there. Now they look for the break on the left-hand side, do Wakefield. That's Harry Dodd. Nothing pushing on there, and that's going to be a knock-on at the play of the ball, and a really silly penalty, but something that Leeds can really capitalise on here, Harry.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive set, and we're really strong in the attack before that.
So for that little break in a commentary there, and Leeds are in again. This time it's Jack Broadbent once more, running in for that one. And Leeds will take the score up to 14, and they're really kicking on here, the young Rhinos. In light of. Straight from the scrum there, nothing seemed to be on, but as we know from last season, getting to that grand final, they've done it again and have pushed through, and it's a great little break down that left-hand side, and Leeds in for another score. It's going to be Harvey Spence that's going to be looking to convert this one. Second, he missed his first, but got his second. Let's have a look at this one. Straight between the uprights, that's how we like it, Harvey. And Leeds now up to 16-0 with just over 15 minutes played in this one. Wakefield haven't really provided much in attack. They've not got anywhere close to the Rhinos' line. And that's why Leeds have been so have really taken their chances. Broadbent with 2 tries. And Liam Whitton with the other. And Wakefield are going to kick off once more. Choosing the other side where McClelland is, and it's going to be a big bollocking run there from Holroyd to take Leeds in for the first drive. Corey Johnson's going to wait. Gives it inside to McConnell, who's running really well tonight. That forward pack is looking really powerful and really dominant. You've got to look at the size of Holroyd and Mustafa, who's just taken the ball in there, and McConnell. They're all adding that pack weight that really this academy does strive off, as Trout now also one of the players to be contracted with the first team. Johnson shimmies and goes out of dummy half. He did this really well against Keighley, got himself a man of the match in that game. But he's stopped by Wakefield there. Joe Burton gives it inside to Spence, who kicks off the boot. It's going to be a high one for Van der Waal, who drops the ball, and it's picked up by Mustafa. But Wakefield will get the penalty for tackling him in the air, and that's unlucky there for the Rhinos, who really had something on. But Wakefield again not looking that confident under that high ball. It's slightly worrying if you're a Wakefield supporter to why they're not catching those balls first time. That's the 3rd or 4th that's been dropped and gone behind. So we have a little bit of an injury here to Van der Waal. They have the players as well, do Wakefield. Jack Croft, as I've mentioned beforehand, played for Yorkshire against the Australian schoolboys in that one, as alongside many of this Leeds team as well. So Wakefield will take the first drive in here, as they look to post some points and post a threat to this young Rhinos side. That's Harry Dodd in the middle of there. Barco gives it on to Aiden. But he's well tackled again, and there's Corey Johnson in there. Barco again gives it out to Ashen, who shimmies away from one, gets away from another, gives it back to Barco, who's going to straighten up and go through the middle. But Mustafa is there with Johnson and Holroyd there to stop him. Now it comes out to Owen Hughes. Sorry, man. Barker's going to wait again on the 5th tackle, and there's still nowhere near that Leeds line. Look to make something. Hughes grubs it in behind, but Liam Whitton's there, well caught, and the fullback will look to pull his way out. And Leeds restoring a bit more dominance in this game, wouldn't you say, Harry?
Yeah, we're doing really good at the moment, and then we need to just get back up the other end and complete the sets again.
There's Liam Tyndall, one of the younger lads to come through this team. He comes through the East Leeds local club. He used to playing here, and here goes Joe Burton, who's another one playing on that left. As I said in pre-match, that left edge is such a young side, but full of so much talent. Burton being one of 5 Kippax players to progress through from that junior club through to the academy, as Leeds get the kick away. And as I say, joined by his brother Ollie in the academy. There's a big hit there from Mustafa. That's just going to shake the bones there of Bobby Derbyshire. Now it's into Jack Croft, who gets away from 1, gets away from 2, pushes into the arms of Ben Markland, who's there with Cal McClelland. And out of dummy half goes Greensmith. Pushing forward here for their first dominant attack, as Barco gives it out to Hughes, drops it inside to, looks like Kamano for the Wakefield side. Barco once more, gives it on to Ashen, and they're going to look and break down his left-hand side, but Leeds' defence is still standing nice and strong. Now it comes off the boot of Owen Hughes, but it's, again, Leeds are just looking too good at the moment. Whitson definitely looking comfortable under that high ball. Now it's with McClelland, who looked to go right, but just pull it back in field. Just went down as well. Now it's on with Joe Burton, who looked to break down the field. There's a little tip as well in there, but the centre retains his feet. Now it's with Spence, drops it off inside to McConnell. I've said is looking up for this game, in this season opener in the first round. As Derbyshire picks the ball up, he's going to look to break away, go straight into the arms of Jack Broadbent and Ben Markland. Lewis Delaney in there as well. Now it's on to Van der Waal. Just gets to the 20-metre line as Leeds continue to keep up the pressure. Continue to keep the wall, to be honest with you. It's definitely a blue and amber wall that's keeping Wakefield out here. As again, another play is diffused by Owen Trout and Joe Burton. Now it's with Kamano, and it's a flying elbow there from Mustafa. The referee waves play on. The ball's going to come back here to Ashen, who's going to grub her down to the far side. Picked up by Liam Whitton. One try to his name already tonight. Can he add another to that tally? Now Ben Markland goes out dummy half, looks to get away from 1 and 2, but Van der Waal's there to make sure he goes down. Jack Croft in there as well. Now it's in with Jack Broadbent. He scored 2 already tonight, giving him an early lead in the try tally. Louis McConnell up to the 40. Just going to hold the ball there. Johnson gives it to Mustafa. Mustafa straightens up, goes straight into that line. Nigerian born, played for the local club Hunslet Warriors. He's looking as strong as ever in this team. As Johnson's kick is fumbled there by the fullback, and it comes outside to Joe Burton, who gives it to Liam Tyndall. Is he going to be able to get in the corner? No, he's in touch. And Leeds go close to getting a 4th there, Harry.
Yeah, really good work by Corey, and just good pressure on the fullback, which made the mistake, but we just couldn't finish off.
Bobby Derbyshire there, as we've said all night, not looking that confident under the high ball. Even though that was a little chip kick, a little bit of variety in there, but Johnson proving why he's one of the most desired players in the academy game, and why he's been given a 4-year contract ahead of this 2019 season for the first team, along with 6 of his teammates. And Liam Tyndall, dare I also say, was also scored a hat-trick against City of Hull on Saturday, so he'll be looking to add to his tally tonight, as Wakefield will look to come away, but Mustafa and Johnson are there. Now it's into the arms of Harry Dodd, but he's fumbled again. They're just trying to get some points on the board, Wakefield. They're looking to make some momentum, and this might be something to come from here. Van der Waal coming down this side. He's pulled down, sorry, that was Derbyshire in that one. Now it's on with Yusuf Aidin. They're going to go left, and there's Lewis Teals come on the field for Daniel Barco. That's worth a mention. As Whitton puts the ball between his feet, it looks like he was going to play a bit of football there for us. As Liam Whitton is going to come away. There's plenty of Liams in this team. Just to help you if you knew, Tyler Dupree's also on for the Rhinos. After he scored as well against Keighley, started against City of Hull on Saturday. Now it's in with Lewis Delaney, who gets just shy of the 40. Now it's Mustafa. He's taken plenty of drives in this opening set. Not looking to go off at all either. There's 3 Wakefield defenders wrap him up there. Now Dupree for his first drive, and that's why he's such a impact player, is the word I'm looking for. 21 substitute appearances and no starts in 2018, and the ball's again dropped by Derbyshire, but he's retrieved and carries on up towards the 10. But back on Dupree, you know, he didn't start a game in 2018, yet he's such an impact player. What's it like having someone like him in the team, Harry?
Yeah, he just brings a lot of talk and enthusiasm when he comes off the bench and gets everyone back up to that top level where they should be all the time.
And that's where the likes of Rian Rowley and Brad Martin and Will Scrimshaw, who didn't get plenty of game time last season, they'll be looking to learn off that, and there's a little fumble there from Oliver Greensmith. And Leeds will look to benefit here because Wakefield just haven't seemed to settle in this game yet. It's colder temperatures to what we've had over the last couple of days, but Leeds definitely looking like the more dominant home side at the moment as McConnell takes the first drive in, gets to beyond the 20. Wakefield will look to stem the flow of points, having conceded 16 already, and they go out wide here to Markland. He's back on his inside. He's dragged down by Jack Croft and co. Broadbent goes to McClelland. McClelland onto Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Smith out wide, and it's allowed to bounce it to the arms of Liam Tyndall, who comes back on the inside and then shimmies out onto his outside and then loses the ball. It's going to be a rip, said by the referee. So Leeds get a bit of a let-off there. But they'll look to push on here. 16 points to 0, Leeds lead. 2 for Jack Broadbent and 1 for Liam Whitton early in this game. Just under half an hour in the first half. With Dupree taking that first drive in. Johnson gives it out the back to Trout. Trout gives it on to Burton, who looks to get out of the tackle. Can't get out though, not yet anyway. Whitton gives it on to McConnell. Quick play there, now to McClelland. McClelland on to Delaney. Should maybe have shifted the ball, but comes back on his inside instead. Comes right in front of the posts. 10 metres out here, Leeds. Johnson, inside ball onto Martin. No, it's Rowley, sorry there. The 16-year-old, the youngest player in the side, just drops the ball shy of the line, but Leeds can hopefully put a big D on here, as you'd say, Harry.
Yeah, we should be able to keep them in their own half, and we get the ball back pretty up the field.
It's looking, I think Coach Rob Burrow will be pretty happy with this one. So far, 16 points up. As Jack Broadbent just gets pushed away, and there's a shaky pass there from Greensmith. And we're just waiting on the referee's call for the scrum. I think it will be Wakefield. They're saying it's a knock on there. So a little bit of a let-off there for Trinity. It's going to be Owen Hughes taking the ball first time here. It's well tackled though by Markland, McClelland and Broadbent. Now it's Derbyshire. They're looking to just bring the small quick men to put a bit of pace on and push out here, but they really need to be pushing their weight around, because this Leeds side are really dominating and commanding the game. At the moment, it's a bit of a throw there from Dupree, which is going to be penalised by the referee. So a bit of a let-off there. That was Aiden. Penalty there for Trinity, much needed, you could say. Ashen's going to kick for touch. Bounces just shy of the 40. So Leeds forced to defend, almost inside their own half. Now it's Hughes. Gives it on to Connor Bailey. It's going to come on to John Jones here, who gets pushed back as well. Good play here from the Rhinos, making sure that he doesn't gain any more metres than required. That's onto this far side. Jack Croft's there, pushing the ball down, but Rowley is in there to defend and bring the forward down. Now it's Camaro. Can't get beyond, now into Leeds territory. It's the first time that they're going to attack here. Now it's Hughes, out the back to Derbyshire. Gets a tug of the foot there from McClelland. That's the only way he's going to bring him down. Bailey runs at the line, and McClelland's there again with half-back partner Spencer and Rowley as well. All of them getting involved. Hughes, Grubber kicks it through. Maybe could have looked for the higher option as Markland. It's an easy pick-up for him. He's going to push away as well from Dane Windrow. as Leeds are going to push out yet again. Broadbent takes the ball beyond the 20-metre line. Now it's Liam Tyndall, and it's still going to be pushing on for Leeds. Johnson takes it from dummy half. He's going to keep running. He's brought down though. He's definitely looking one of the most dangerous early on in this game, is Corey Johnson, to say the least. Spence kicks out dummy half, and it's hit off the boot of Derbyshire, which is an interesting choice. He's not decided to take that on the full. With Leeds there to defend once more. Now it's on to Croft. Croft straightens up, brings it back in field. Owen and Rian are in there to make sure that Wakefield aren't going to push forward, but they are though through Derbyshire now into their own half. It's going to be Lewis Teal taking the ball from dummy half, gives it inside. Wakefield making the changes. Aiden. It is. We've been talking about Lou McConnell. He's been putting a real stint in for Wakefield to try and get them forward. It comes out the back here for Ashen. Gives it on to Hughes, who's looking to try and get the ball away, and it comes out now into the arms of Derbyshire. On to Ashen. Ashen coming to this right-hand side. Grubber kicks through the back looking for the runners. And Markland picks up though, and he's going to break away here, Ben Markland. He gets up to the 40. And it was a poor end to the set once more from Wakefield, but Leeds are going to push forward and push on again. Broadbent, 2 tries to his name tonight. Grabbed around the collar by Harry Dodd, bringing him down. Joe Burton. Surrounded by Wakefield defenders. They're really strengthening up now at Trinity, as they try to find any points for a while, and Rowley just drops that ball there. It's a put on a plate from there by Harvey Spence, and that's the sort of error that could come back to bite the Rhinos here, Joe, Harry.
Yeah, we just need to go back to completing sets and getting field position back.
Because at the moment Leeds have had most of that field position that they've really wanted. Only in these last couple of minutes towards the end of the half, it's been all Wakefield to an extent. There's a little fumble out dummy half there from the Wakefield man, but the referee's going to wave play on. That's Lewis Teal there. Bounces into the arms of Aiden again. Just you can tell it's a season opener with the. There's a little bit of rustiness, I think, in both sides to an extent. Wakefield throwing a couple of haphazard passes that Leeds have picked up or been unlucky not to benefit from. Now it's Hughes. Hughes drops the ball off into Dane Widrow. Come off the bench. This one is Dane. Comes into Teal. This is the first real attack here for Wakefield in this set. Comes on to Connor Bailey, who pushes his way towards the line, and he's just short there. He's stopped by 3 or 4 Leeds tacklers. Teal does it out to Ashen. Ashen's got a grubber kicking behind. It looks too strong, but Liam Whitton is forced to push it out, and Leeds under a bit of pressure for the first time in this game, Harry.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they deal with this in the next set, because we haven't really defended much in our own half.
It's the first attack that Wakefield have had towards their own half, towards the Leeds goal line, sorry. As we're going to wait for Liam Tyndall just to kick out. He does. It's well collected there by Derbyshire. Gives it on to Jordan Jones, that looks like there. It's a quick play for Teal. On to Aiden. You can tell the shoulders, the shoulder goes in from McConnell, but looks to be there could be a couple of tired bodies out there for the Rhinos at the moment. We don't know yet, as it's a Kamara with a wild looking pass. It looks almost forward, to be honest, from the angle we're looking at here. But Harvey Spencer reclaims for the Rhinos. Tyndall pushes up towards the 20-metre line as Leeds look to put a positive end to this half. Dupre runs straight at the offside man. Possibly could have got himself a penalty there, but referee's wave play on. Johnson onto McClelland. McClelland into the arms of Lewis Delaney. The Driglington under 16. joining the academy this season. McClellan shapes and goes right, he breaks straight through, does Callum McClellan. It's a great break from the Castleford man. Inside to Liam Whitton, who's going to race away. And I don't think anyone's going to stop him. He comes back on his inside, he's got no one with him. Straight under the sticks. That's what we like from Liam Whitton, and that's a second for the Rhinos.
Yeah, really good play by Cal there, and Whitton's always there to push up.
Saw it before, we've just seen it again there from Liam Whitton. The speed that he possesses, the break from Cal McClelland really put Leeds in a positive position. Whitton, despite having to come on his inside, still wasn't tackled. And again, Leeds profit. Lead 20-0 with a kick to come with, I'd say, about 2 minutes to the end of the half. So Harvey Spence will look to take as much time as he can with this one. There's a really great break from Cal McClellan there. Great way he just shimmied through the line. Wakefield just caught napping. Gives it back on his inside, and Liam Whitton getting his second of the game. So it's 2 for Broadbent, 2 for Whitton, and an extra 2 points on the board for Leeds. Now leading 22-0 with half-time looming. 2 goals as well, may I say, for Harvey Spence.
Who's it to?
I don't know.
Who's it to?
I don't know. I don't know what it says. Why is there another 2 up there?
That's a score. What's matter?
So Wakefield have just looked to get the game back underway, but looking at the game clock, there is really not that long left in this half at all. Down towards McClellan. First take, sorry, that's Harvey Spence. You know, it's Liam Whitton even. Third time looking, it's Liam Whitton bringing that ball back straight off the play into the arms of Rian Rowley. Big drive for the youngster, his first drive of the game. Whitton onto McConnell, who's nearly done the full 40 minutes here. Not had a break as the loose forward. Onto Dupree. It's away from 2 or 3 and up to the 40. That's Johnson onto McClellan. McClellan shapes it back on the inside to Delaney, who keeps his feet, manages to drive forward despite 3 Wakefield defenders being on him, sorry. That's McClellan. Chip over the top, worked last time, but it's well collected this time by Aiden, that looks to be, for Wakefield, who will end the half here, I think, with this set. Now it's on to Greensmith. First drive here for Trinity. Now it's on to Jordan Schofield. Come back on the field. Rejoining the action where possibly where Wakefield need it the most. They've not had a lot to work with in this half. There's a little half break just towards the 50-metre line, the halfway line even, that's its usual name. Onto Ashen. Goes left, Hughes. Hughes, flat ball onto Windrow. Looks to get the ball away, but that's going to be half-time here at Stanningley, and Leeds taking a dominant 22-0 lead thanks to tries from Jack Broadbent and 2 from Liam Whitton. 2 goals from Harvey Spence. And Leeds were looking really positive at the moment, taking up a 22-0 lead at half-time.
Hello, Sam, how are you doing? I'm alright. Not bad.
Can I go and get 2 rings?
Oh, there you go.
The gas.
Go inside then. I can't get red round.
Are you going towards that field?
Yeah, all right. Dropped on it though. Yeah, sound. Oh, aye. Yeah, can't get enough. Good. Is that about it all?
I've been told what to read and all that.
Not all what would be told. Training. The year. When it first started. Yeah, we're up there, aren't we? Yeah, again. It's a scenic trip.
Aye.
Yeah, we're up there. Because that's a 3-hour drive. Not worth it. I just thought we played as good as well, playing half as good as what we played last week. Everything's simple. Yeah. Yeah. I went up there when we got beat. Yeah. We went to bed back in the day. Double decker. Yeah. I just go check as well, so dollar training. Yeah. Could you Kinder? Oh yeah. It is, yeah. Confidence as well. Get in here.
Oh yeah.
I'm here Monday to Friday. Every night. Every night, yeah. We're not forcing. Well, no, it's that way. He's got it. He's like tonight. I've got to get there, but this one's like every night. I've got to be there. Mine's at a certain time. So that's fine, we don't push him. If it turns around for 2 nights and he's finished all the way, I'll train him back. I can't tell him. It's up to you. I'm like, that's great, I'd have to take you. Stay at home. It's warmer at home.
Yeah, because you stay well the train.
Yeah, because I live at Lawrence, it's not
Yeah,
work.
it's no point going on.
So we're just about to start the second half here at Stanningley. Leeds Rhinos leading Wakefield Trinity Academy 22-0. Thanks to tries from Jack Broadbent, Callum McClelland, and 2 from Liam Whitton. And Leeds are going to get the ball underway once more, nice and quickly this time. Looks to be re-enrolling in the action there, and we can just quickly welcome Harry Anderson. It's all looking good. How are you thinking the game's going?
It's been quite a dominant performance, quite the first half.
So now it's Tyler Dupree pushing forward with the ball. Johnson gives it on to Owen Trout, who bundles off the challenge there of actually Jordan Schofield there. Leeds really pushing forward. They've really dominated that first half and are coming back again in the second half with Dupree. It's his third drive of the set there. Nice. Corey Johnson grubbers the ball through, going to pick up his own kick as well. Comes on his inside, gives it then on to Louis McConnell. Now it makes his way to Owen Trout. Wants to get away from one, and he does get away from it, but the ball's come out and the referee's going to stop the game. Possibly for a penalty. Well, that's an injury there for Owen Trout. That's that Lewis Delaney. That's not who we're wanting, is it really? Being one of the 10 young lads, which includes yourself, Harry, coming up into the academy. How well have you been fitting in with this squad?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a tough pre-season, which obviously it makes everyone better and grows a real great culture on there. I'm sure Christian's signal for Lewis to come off there.
So that's not the sort of sight we're wanting. Only in his third game, played twice in pre-season. Played against, sorry, 3 times. Played against Keighley, City of Hull.
Yeah, he had an outstanding game last week, both in attack and defence.
Hence why he's got his call up today. But that's not what we're wanting to see, is it really, when he's limping off? Coming on in his place is Brad Martin.
It's not a bad replacement for him, to be honest.
So he brings a bit. He does bring the size and he brings the height as well, does Brad, as you can see there. Really is going to bulk up this attack. If it's not big enough already, what's it like playing with the likes of, you know, Tom Holroyd, Moise Mustafa, in terms of the size of them?
Oh, obviously as a halfback as well. When you get in roll onto them, it makes your job miles easier, gives you time on the ball.
And so Wakefield are going to come back in at it here with Van der Waal taking the first drive of the half. Comes into the arms of Jordan Jones, who gets a really good first drive for the half for him. But Leeds will look to stem this attack as early as possible. Keep up the good performance from as they did in the first half. It comes on to Bailey. Pushes up towards the line, but again, should really be looking for the pass, shouldn't be really doing as much driving forward as they are. I know they're in their own half, but you'd probably like to see them put a passing move together, come out wide, use their wingmen, use their centres, which Leeds have used very well at the moment in this game, as Ashen kicks the ball high.
Definitely, I think if they want to break down the easy defence, there's no point going at the big men in the middle.
So it just gets a clip there from one of the Wakefield men, and he's down on the floor. But Leeds are going to bring it back some more. This time, Liam Tyndall just being pushed back a little bit there. That looks like Corey Johnson. It's a good first. It's Joe Burton in there, sorry, not Liam Tyndall. But Leeds will still proceed forward. This time, Brad Martin getting his first drive in of the game. Now it's McConnell.
He had a very strong first half with McConnell, carried the ball well.
He did the full 40 minutes as well. He likes working.
Yeah, definitely.
As they get the kick away here, Leeds down towards Derbyshire. Drops the ball, or shapes the ball inside to Harrison Burrows there, but that's not He straightens up, takes the ball at the line, and there's Harvey Spencer there. Now out of dummy half goes, can't quite see his number, that looks like Oliver Greensmith to me, taking that ball. Comes out wide there to Ashen, pulling in down this left-hand side. And Wakefield looking to just break forward, but Brad Martin and Joe Burton are there to ensure that nothing escapes him at this rate. Now Wakefield keep coming forward. We just wanted to correct as well that it was Callum McClelland who scored Leeds' third try of the game. It wasn't Jack Broadbent. You know, as Wakefield looks to go on the break, but Dupree just pulls the leg and just pulls the leg of Oliver Greensmith, and it looks to be Corey Johnson that just took a little hit there. Took a little hit, but he's brought back by the medics. So we'll see what the assessment of him is. There are quite a few impact players off the bench when you look at them, Harry. You know, we've got Tyler Dupree, who's playing on his third game. Ryan Rowley. You've already mentioned about Brad Martin. How's especially Ryan with his age? How's he fitting in with you guys? Obviously being nearly a year younger.
Oh, he's been great, to be honest. He's just a tough competitor all round, Ryan. He'll just keep on working for you. So that's really all you want when you're coming off the bench. And he carries hard and he tackles hard.
He's one of the only players to come out, but he's the first Rhinos player to come out of the West Leeds Junior Club, which is a piece of history in itself for the young man. As Broadbent just wraps up Oliver Greensmith down on that left-hand side. Now they come back in field with Hughes. Looks to dabble the kick in behind, but Witten again looks to have it sorted. It's kicked across and Tyndall messes up the kick going out, and Wakefield will get their first try of the game. Looks like Bobby Derbyshire, that one. And Wakefield first on the board. Get their first try of the game. Nice. It's really what we were, not really what we were looking for there. It was a messy kick towards the back, and Witten didn't sort it out, and Tyndall just looked to belt into touch and nowhere near, and instead left the ball for Bobby Derbyshire, the full-back there, to touchdown and score there for Wakefield. It's going to be Tom Ashen looking for the conversion. Steps up, puts boot to ball, and makes 4 into 6. That's the first try conceded there for Leeds, against Leeds even. But they still take a very confident 22-6 in this campaign at the moment. It's going to be Harvey Spencer gets us underway once more, and it's a rushed play there for Hughes to try and get under that ball, but he does in the end. But Wakefield looking to build from their own 20-metre line here. Leeds hoping to keep that brick wall we were talking about in the first half, but they're off again here at Wakefield down that left-hand side, and it's Van der Waal who leaves the ball behind as well. It's a knock-on and a bit of a let-off there for Leeds. So that gap opened on that far side, Harry.
Yeah, I think that's where they need to want to get some Joe Wakefield, go down the benches. Just not getting much down the middle. I think Leeds need to just keep it tidy this set and finish well.
Just saying there, they've not been very prosperous down that middle of the park, but just seen it there. And they've tried it all game, to be honest with you, pushing either side to try and get away. And they did there, but Leeds get a bit of a let-off as Witten gives the ball on to Joe Burton, who gets away from the tackle of 1. So on the tackle of 2, and he's still going. What was it like playing with him? Bear in mind that you both come from the Kippax club. What's it like coming through with him and Ollie?
Well, it's been great. Well, he played at full-back for Kippax, so when you've got him coming out back of plays with his footwork, it's outstanding. Beating players for fun, really. And same with his brother Ollie, he's got outstanding footwork. He can pass a great ball from line.
Leeds are going to push on here with Spencer, who takes a big hit. The referee looked as if he was going to blow there, but instead has waved play on as Tom Ashton's picked up. And that comes out wide, and Jack Croft just gets his hands on that ball, and he's looked to go to power away as well. He gets away from Tyndall and Burton. He gets away from Spence. He's got away from 3 tacklers, trying to get away from a 4th. Rian Rowley, Corey Johnson, and Dupree are all over the back of it. Now it's Teal. Gives it on to the big man, Ian. Wakefield really are kicking on in this half. Could it be a story of 2 halves? We'll yet to see. Now it's Derbyshire.
I couldn't stop to help because
on the far side.
I just had this thought all of a sudden.
Keep there as well with Teal. Gives it out wide to Greensmith. Now they bring it back in field. Hughes onto Bailey. Bailey shapes and goes through. And he's going to go straight through. Gets the ball out wide. It's a brilliant pass, and they're in for another. This time it's Lewis Teal. The replacement comes on the field, takes the pass there from Bailey, who looked to break through that line, takes the offload, and Wakefield get a second score inside of 50 minutes.
No, I mean, we didn't use them last year, but
to make it
if you wanted
to make it 22-10, and the pressure's now on for Rob Burrows' side. When we were just saying as well, Harry, that they weren't looking very prosperous down the middle. They just go up with that quick play there. It was a miracle ball, wasn't it, out the back there? For
it was a shift left and a shift right was left. A couple of missed spacings in the middle there.
And it's another conversion as well for Tom Ashton. So that closes the lead.
Louise Mustafa and Tom Alroy
adding the pack weight, I think, just to secure that middle up. As I say, 10 points in it. Leeds 22-12 up. 2 quick tries from Wakefield in the opening minutes of this half have cut Leeds' lead, but going to look to kick on now with the Rhinos. Ball comes down towards Derbyshire, gives it inside. It's going to be a first drive here for Yusuf Aydin. Just gets wrapped up by 3 Leeds men. That's back on his inside. It's out on to Bailey. Provided that brilliant ball for the try early on. Keep coming forward again. This time it's James Patrickson.
Trinity have got a bit more momentum here.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely do, because they're just rolling the players down this far side. Ball to Burrows. Nowhere to go really when you look at it. Definitely caught in play. Now it's a fend from Derbyshire on. Tyndall sends him straight to the ground, but the big boys are in there, McConnell and Mustafa, to ensure that Leeds aren't getting any further. It's a kick from Ashton down towards Markland. It's allowed to bounce by Markland, and Wakefield are going to win it as well and get the ball away out to that far side. Are they going to be able to get in on that edge? They're quite a way out when you look at it, 20 metres. It was a...
It's not on there, it's not
on.
Bit of a let off there.
Lucky there for Leeds again, but we were saying about Wakefield looking unsure of that high ball. You'd have thought Ben Markland would be looking to take that first time, wouldn't you, Harry?
Safe as ours was that kid. Same with Leeds, just a miss lack of communication there.
We're going to kick on here, Leeds, with that little bit of that little scare there. It's Mustafa takes the ball back into the pack.
Really helps with these guys coming off here in your own half in yardage. Tom ramping up there.
Well, there's no one sort of like it in our team, is there really? It's a very one-of-a-kind sort of forward pack, the amount of weight and the agility that these guys can play at. And definitely the high tempo. It's got to be something that, you know, as a half-back you must strive off.
Yeah, and the ball-playing skills, we've got some good quality with the pack, like Owen Trout there.
On a first-team contract with the Rhinos, will join with the academy this season as well, as Johnson kicks through and he's going to collect his own kick, gives it off to Whitton, who's looking for a hat-trick, gets the ball out the back to Owen Trout, and that's a try there for Leeds. Taking the lead up again, taking them into, that's 26 points to 12, just when we thought that Wakefield were going to get a foothold in the game. Leeds have other ideas. Another little great kick through by Corey Johnson, collected by Liam Whitton, thrown out the back when you thought that nothing was on. to Owen Trout, and it's a great try from the second rower.
It's come from that charge on the field as well by the big fellas again. So.
All of which, as we've said before, are all on first team contracts with the Rhinos. Moise, Tom Holroyd, is that going to be a goal for you as a future prospect, Harry? Is that something you're aiming for?
Yeah, definitely. That's something I think every player wants to strive for, to get that. Sign that first team contract, and then it's just about pushing on from there. It's just a start, really, isn't it? It's when the hard work really starts.
How do you think your guys, as I say, your guys, the younger ones of the group have been settling into this game? We've spoken about Rian, we've spoken about Lewis before he went off. How do you think they've settled into this game?
I think everyone's really settled in, whereas there's a lot of new systems, so we've all, even if you're first years or third years, you've had to more or less learn everything by scratch, more or less. So everyone's really bonded.
That's got to be a key thing, especially if you're looking to get back to the grand final.
Yeah.
Most of this team, have we spoken about 10 of this starting lineup got to the grand final, with Callum McClellan as well playing, as we've already said, for Castleford Academy in 2017. As Moise Mustafa was one of the guys to come off the bench in that game, takes the first drive in.
I don't think he'll be playing.
Straight to Kamara, onto McConnell. Still playing big minutes, Louis McConnell. He's going to hit the hour mark soon enough. Now it's on to Brad Martin, takes the first drive in at Lewis Teal and rides the tackle straight through as well. Holroyd, big run again. He's an absolute joy to watch, this Tom Holroyd. The size and the way that he possesses, the way that he can step and move is
explosiveness as well. That speed, that first 10 metres, he's unreal.
And that's why he can hit the line with so much power. As we've just said, he's 120 kilograms, just over 18 stone. You question how you're going to stop a guy like that.
I think it's just more or less getting in front and the hope for best, really.
Nice, McConnell. As Leeds look to play out towards the right, with Brad Martin looks to get away from one, gets the ball out to Holroyd. Straightens up, was denied a try in the first half by the referee. Will he get a second one down? And he has. You just see the arm there with the ball, and the referee's seen it too. Another try for Leeds. And that was all off the penalty there that he earned for his team, Tom Holroyd. A little play down the play towards the centre of the sticks with Brad Martin in there as well. Came out the back into Holroyd, and as we've said, that explosiveness from 10 metres out, he didn't even have that there, and he still managed to get over the line. Give his team another try to extend that lead. Harvey Spence looking to make it a third conversion. He missed the last one. So he steps up, plays the ball, boots the ball straight through. The flag's raised, and Leeds make themselves out to a 20-point advantage, Harry.
Yeah, it's more or less an upward battle from here for Wakefield, but we've seen they have a glimpse of a good play, so anything could happen.
Anything could happen, we've spoken. Don't forget that you can tune into all of the Academy home matches, and we're also streaming the women's matches this season live from Wheatwood Hall. We hope that you can join us for as many of those throughout the season as you can in the new service. We'll keep our concentration on the Academy tonight, with Owen Trout taking a big drive, and he's got 4 men on him there, and he still manages to keep his feet. He's got tree trunks for legs. As here comes McConnell, fends with one arm, drives with his legs. Teal and Kamano are in there. Now it's Johnson, looks to go out dummy half, because it's a Holroyd who just slips on the turf. Gets beyond the halfway there, manages to still get back up and play. Now it's Corey Johnson, gives it to Brad Martin, who puts on a bit of pace as well. Whitton, we know he's got a lot of pace in his legs as well. Scored a double against Keighley in the 24-46 win. Now it's on to Spence. big kick out wide, and it's fumbled again by Wakefield. Ben Markle was in there, and it's going to be a break on here for Derbyshire, but the referee's going to call it back for a knock-on. So it'll be interesting to see which way they scrum down this, because
a bit of a 50-50 on that.
Well, if he gives it for a scrum for Wakefield, like he has done, I don't see why they. I don't see why they couldn't have played on there.
I think you might have seen the first knock on by Markland there, then onto a Wakefield player and another knock on.
Saying there's obviously.
It's hard when it's a 50-50 ball up there. He's got to make a decision, referee. But
so Leeds, like Wakefield did for the majority of the half, have Wakefield exactly where they want them, inside their own 10 metres.
Great work from the breakers and lots of there.
Big defence is required here as Wakefield push forward. This time it's Jordan Jones. Straight to the tackle of Martin and McConnell. McConnell has done the hour at the moment. He must be, his stats must be pretty awesome at the moment, to say the least. Now Wakefield look to use the advantage on the edge, and it's a ball out the back into the arms of Burrows, but it's dropped. And Leeds will get the scrum down, will get the head and feed. But Wakefield again just showing the rustiness, wouldn't you say, with it being the first official game of the academy season.
Yeah, just them little pieces put into the puzzle. Number 4's tearing straight on this left edge.
That's Jack Croft, who played for York. I think we've mentioned this about 2 or 3 times now. He did play for Yorkshire Academy. Just to counteract that, so did a lot of our lads.
Yeah.
So did a lot of our lads. As Mustafa, who was one of those, takes that ball forward. Johnson, he's going to take the ball from dummy half, gives it out wide onto McClelland. McClelland onto Witten, who can't get away from the tackle of Greensmith there. Plays the ball for Broadbent. Broadbent goes out dummy half, gives it onto Trout. He's got one this game and he gets another. That's a second try for Owen Trout, and Leeds looking to surmount to the 40-point margin as they're in again. It's another 4-pointer for that man, Owen Trout. 36-12 now for the Rhinos. They're looking unstoppable, I think would be the word you'd use here, Harry.
Yeah, definitely. Just the sheer size of the pack coming down the field there, it's hard to stop.
Interesting play from Broadbent, just to choose the. So many players I bet would have come back in field, look to try and push to get under the posts or out on the edge, but instead goes on the short side and has the knowledge and the belief that Owen Trout's going to get over, and he's going to use his upper body strength that he does pride himself on a lot of. You know, a lot of the tries he scored last year were due to his upper body strength and the way that he can pump through the tackles and over the try line. That's exactly what Leeds want.
Yeah, he's outstanding at that, and he can play as well, which that old defenders off.
The Spence then converts, adds another 2 points to Leeds' tally. 38-12 now the score, with just over 15 minutes remaining in this one. Don't forget to stick around after the match has finished as well. We'll get live reaction from Rob Burrow, the head coach, and one of the players, as the ball's allowed to bounce and into the foot of Tom Holroyd, who pushes away from Dan Barco there. But the referee's going to call it a knock-on, and Leeds back under pressure, Harry.
It's just lack of concentration now, I think. Wakefield have got a good chance here. Just open that door a bit.
Yeah.
They knocked on the door in the first 10 minutes, scoring 2 quick tries. Can they possibly add another here? Now it's on to Bailey. Bailey pushes it out wide to Derbyshire. They're going to keep going on down that right edge. Owen Trout's going to have to put his defence on here, as Barker goes out dummy half, looks to try and burrow his way over. He's just short of the line. The referee's not signalled anything just yet. Now it's on to Connor Bailey. back in field, Tom Holroyd.
Yeah, that's great work.
Corey Johnson in there.
Getting off that line.
Corey Johnson really dominating the ruck there, really asserting his dominance in this game. Definitely a man for man of the match for me in this one. Wakefield are allowed to get the ball away here. This is Jordan Jones. Taken down by that man Johnson again. Barco. On to Hughes. It's a little fumble there from Bailey. But he's going to keep on pushing through. Sorry, that's Patrickson. Just pushes on through there. Barco out to Teal. Teal grubbers it back in, but it's dropped on by Spence. And Leeds are going to get just what they wanted there. And that is a turnover ball. William Whitton down with, looks like cramp in the back play. Tyndall. It's going to be driven back by the Wakefield pack. There's Croft and Schofield in there. Now Holroyd. Drops down low. But again, say Corey Johnson just needed to bring something here, because like Leeds did in the first half, Wakefield just sizing up in defence, making sure they're not going to get out, but that penalty is not going to help at all. It's going to help Leeds, but not Wakefield. It's going to be Harvey Spencer. It's going to kick for the touchline. And here comes Joe Burton. First drive in this new set. He gets it right to halfway. In our pre-season interviews with you guys, you've all mentioned, you know, the strength and the power that both Burton twins hold, as well as Brad goes straight through here. We'll talk about that in a minute. As Brad Martin goes straight through the gap, they're really pushing here Leeds. That's just what they wanted. Quick play here. Johnson onto McConnell. Pushes towards the line. Wakefield are there though. Johnson inside to Holroyd. Holroyd, short ball to Mustafa. Mustafa's going to score. He's got a try on the board. Louise Mustafa with his first of the game, taking Leeds beyond the 40. And you'd think possibly game over now, Harry.
Yeah, that looks like it for Wakefield. They just need to switch on now, Leeds. Let's just keep it tight, really. No silly errors. Just back to the conversation we were talking about. Both Burns, as well as you also, a couple of the older guys I mentioned, Ewan Stevens. What's it like playing with him coming out of the Driglington local club? Oh, Ewan, his explosiveness and his pace out of the backfield done really well. Playing at Kippocks, we always many finals against Driglington, and he used to cause us some trouble from kicks. And it's the same with this. He's still carried on that pace out the back. Yeah. With his strength as well. He's not the biggest, but he's still strong.
See him at Waterboy there, just to the right of Harvey Spence. So we're just waiting for halfback to kick and convert, and that goes straight through the uprights. Add another 2 onto that. What do we get? We get 44. So 44 points to 12 with 12 minutes remaining in this game. And Leeds really up with this one. 44 points. 2 tries from Liam Whitton, 2 tries from Owen Trout. Scores as well from Callum McClelland in his debut game for the Leeds Rhinos Academy. After joining the club from Edinburgh Rugby Union. He's back in Rugby League, everyone. And it's great to have him. You'll also be hopefully seeing him have some first team action as well. As Jack Broadbent comes out in the tackle there and keeps on pushing forward. He's got 1 try to his name. Can he get a second? Let's see. As Will Scrimshaw has entered the field of play, I think he'll come on for Corey Johnson there. He's introduced into the field of play. Again, not as many starts last season. 10 starts, 8 substitute appearances.
Yeah, he's one of them players, Scrimmy, you want in your team, he just works hard. He's not the biggest, but he'll just turn up for you every time. And his fitness is outstanding.
As he goes from dummy half here, he takes it on the line. He's not afraid to run at them, which is just what you want in. Holroyd On to McClelland. High bomb. Something that they've not been able to deal with all night. It comes down to Markland, who throws the ball inside. And it's tapped back by Leeds into the arms of Wakefield. So the referee will restart the tackle count.
Yeah, it's quite a scrappy end in there.
But to be fair, with the way that Wakefield have dealt with those high balls, wouldn't you be looking to do that most at the end of every set close to the line?
Just stick it up there.
Possibly closer to the goal line, give Ben or Jack a bit more of a chance of maybe scoring.
Yeah, and it allows defenders to come down as well. If there's just a little drop ball there, like we saw in the last play where the Wakefield man went down the edge.
They're going to push here with Derbyshire. Already got one try after he scored the first try in this half. But Leeds will look to score back-to-back once more. Big hit. Tom Holroyd and Tyler Dupree's back in the action, and a wayward pass. It's found by Hughes, but kicks away down towards Ben Markland. He's going to bring it back. With his first carry, there could be a head-high tackle. There is a head-high tackle in there. That's it's well called by the referee.
Bit of footwork at the line.
So there's a lot of people vying for those outside back positions this year. Plenty of centres, plenty of wingers.
Yeah.
Got to make something happen, I guess. We were speaking to Jack Broadbent in the week, and he was saying, you know, they're all great mates, but you know, you've got to one-up them at some point.
Yeah, that brings the best out of people. Competition in training, that's kind of what you want every week. People, even though we are teammates, you want people fighting against each other for that position.
As Tyler Dupree breaks down the field, just beyond the 30, onto Tom Holroyd. He's going to go and look to go short to Moise. Caught me out. He comes out wide to Liam Tyndall, and Liam Tyndall in acres of space. In again for his first try of the game, taking the score to 48-12, and this could easily be a routing inside the last 10 minutes, Harry.
Just run away with it, and then last 15-20 minutes.
Good vision as well from Harvey Spence to find Tyndall out there, and he's already proved his finishing surely with the 3 he got against City of Hull.
Yeah, he's just an athlete really. He just started to stop close to the line. But his pace is unreal.
So we just saw it there. He didn't absolutely streets ahead of anyone. He wasn't going to be stopped for nothing until he touched that ball down. Not making an easy kick for Harvey Spence, but I think we'll thank him for that later. Came to the academy with fellow half-back as well. You've played with him, Jack Mallinson. How's he fitting in? How are you playing with him as well after being on the scholarship as Spence does convert that there to make it 50?
Good. Me and Mally have played well the majority last year. He started off with a dislocated shoulder, which put him out for a while, but he's a great player. Mally's just got great vision and feet.
And although it was a loss, was it good to get that game time with him? Because you've mentioned that you've not played since about May, especially on the scholarship. Was it good to get that game time with him?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it wasn't really. We didn't really get much attacking threat, but it's just all about building them relationships with players.
So there's plenty of half-backs in there. We've got Harvey, Spence and McClelland on show tonight. Both making a really good impression, I bet, on Rob Burrow. We'll have a chat with him, as we say, at the end of the 80 minutes. Leeds get another penalty. We'll also get a reaction from a player. We'll let you know who that's going to be after we speak to Rob. As the kick finds touch on the far side.
Getting to this last 5 minutes of the game, and doesn't want to put as many points on as possible here. Probably may start chucking the ball about a bit more.
So the game, I think, is won, isn't it, from Leeds' point of view, as they get another penalty offside there. The game's won. You'd comfortably say, I think 38 points in about 8 minutes is it'd be insane, wouldn't it, if they brought that back. But I think you can definitely credit Leeds' attack in this game, 100% with the points they've put on. But also, when they've had to defend, apart from at the start of the half, they've looked pretty solid as well, Harry.
Well, that first half, they didn't look like anything was going to get past them. But Wakefield just started to pass that ball a bit more.
And there's another try.
Jack Broadbent
in for his definite second. You can definitely rely on that one. Of Wakefield, I think it's comfortable to say early season blues for the local side. But Leeds high flying, 54 points to 12 under the post with a kick to come with 5 minutes left. We could be looking on 60 points here, and it's definitely down to Leeds' attacking capabilities. We've seen McClelland play really well, but also Wakefield under the high ball haven't looked the best, and I think that's where they've slipped apart, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think made quite a few penalties away in defence as well, which have more or less invited Leeds into their run half. And it's always hard defending on the back foot.
It looked to be a good start to the half as well. Bring it back to 10 points in it as Spence there gets another conversion. It looked to be so promising. 2 early tries.
Going back there, I just think that substitution of Tom Allred and Mustafa Louise came on, that more or less changed the game. Just swing the momentum back to Leeds' favour.
They're interested, so well, we've raved about them more than enough tonight, and the capabilities that they hold. Both of them, as I've said before, both on first team contracts for Dave Furner. So we're looking at trying to get a bit of first team football in as well as academy. As Witten plays the ball for Scrimshaw. Inside to McConnell. Just keeps his feet. It's brought down by 2 defenders as we enter the last 5 minutes of the half. Scrimshaw onto Spence, drops it inside to Dupree, who carries that ball so well. Another one that's good at holding that ball up before he pushes towards the line. And now it's Spence. Spence gives the ball onto Brad Martin, who's definitely been an impact player since he came on for Lewis Delaney.
Them lines in behind the ruck has been outstanding. He's timed it well.
There's a big ball from a high ball from McClelland, safely collected by Derbyshire. Leeds' defence is straight there again, and Wakefield are maybe looking to just get a try just to get something from the game. At 56-12, it's quite a demoralising victory, but I guess you can only look up, can't you, with it being your first game. Leeds, it'll just be about building momentum. And going into the game next week, which is Widnes Vikings away.
Is that game still to be confirmed, or is it?
That's a confirmed game. That's who you're playing next week. That's what's scheduled in anyway.
So just a bit of rustiness from Wakefield. That's what's.
You could just see it on the face there, couldn't you, of Jack Croft? Just a look of something's not gone right tonight. There's been a couple of wayward passes, and Barco gets the ball away. Pop pass over the top to Burrows. It's forward. So the clock will stop for the referee.
Take the positives out of this game, though. They've looked good in glimpses down the edges.
So they're going to play the ball here, Leeds. It's going to be Joe Burton to play it for Scrimshaw, who just gets there just in time. It looked to not have got there, and then he nearly gets pushed out into touch. Leeds again. Onto Spence, drops it inside, and it's Rian Rowley. He's going to get a final run out with about 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock. It's inside to Holroyd. Holroyd, big gap in front of him as well. He's going to push on through, and he keeps on going. He's dragged down in the end by Wakefield. Mr. Scrimshaw squirts out of dummy half, but just lost. You could see him going over, couldn't you? Push there from Holroyd as well, just to clear those markers. McClelland out to Trout.
Wrapped him nice, and he's a bit lateral there.
I guess with a minute left, though, there's not really. There's no desire to score, but it'd be nice to maybe add another as the ball goes dead by Derbyshire and Leeds run back. It's going to be a quick play as well for something. Is it Jack Croft? It's the push away from Dupree.
Quite strong all game.
He has. He's definitely been their standout player, hasn't he? Caused a lot of problems for this Leeds side whenever he's been required. Groggily plays the ball there by Barco, and they just look to be putting the brakes onto Wakefield. The game's lost. Look forward to next week. I think that'll be what will be in the minds of their coaching staff. Looking to get a result, whereas Leeds, as we've said, just build momentum on top of this. So it's a nice run of fixtures. Widnes away, London at home, which hopefully back here at Stanningley, which you will be able to watch live as part of our new streaming service, which will be broadcasting all the academy home and women's home games this season, to make sure you don't miss a moment here with watching the Rhinos. Markland will play the ball. Referee's clock looked at his watch. Just about there, I think.
Yeah, he's
Tyndall there, the latest try scorer. Puts himself down. Broadbent. Just makes a couple more meters, makes it to the 30.
This is the last drive.
Should be, but we don't want to.
No, I think
We don't want to be watching at the moment. As Scrimshaw plays the ball to Spence, and McClellan's going to kick a deep one downfield. He caught Van der Wees off guard. He's going to pick up in his own goal. He's going to have to pull it out. Tyndall's followed him well. He comes back in the field. It's a big shot from Tyler Dupree in the closing minutes of the game. And that's the final score. Leeds winning 56 points to 12, thanks to tries from Liam Whitton, Liam Tyndall, 2 from Jack Broadbent, 1 from Callum McClelland, 1 from Tom Holroyd, 2 from Owen Trout, and I think there were quite a lot of scorers in that one, as well as 2 tries from Wakefield, and it's a very. What are your thoughts on at the end of that one, Harry?
Oh, Leeds just got away with it, didn't they? Just that last 20 minutes, that second half, just rolled them. A couple of mistakes by Wakefield, which led to giving away positive field position for Leeds. I think that's more or less, that was really the story of the game.
Is that a happy result for you, would you think there?
Yeah, definitely.
You take that?
Of course.
I just also mentioned Louise Mustafa was the other scorer in that one. So a big thank you to Harry and to both Harrys, Harry Anderson and Harry Georgiou, for the summarising in this one. We'll be back in roughly 5 minutes, where you'll be able to hear from Rob Burrow and get live reaction from the game.